Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Downsized. So, exciting news today. 4 more lawsuits, one pharma giant, and patients. People like us are caught in the middle. Eli Lilly is, of course, cracking down again, and this time they're not just going after compounding pharmacies or med spas. They're going after major national telehealth companies that helped fill the gap when their drug wasn't available. This is the Downsized news, and if you're using GLP-1s to treat obesity, you need to hear this. I'm Christopher Durham. My wife Lorraine and I, as you all know, Lorraine's actually at the gym this morning. She might pop in a little bit later. Who knows? We both lost 150 pounds using, and I've used Zepbound, Mounjaro, and tirzepatide, so I'm intimately familiar with these medications. Prescription for Zepbound, we've paid out of pocket for every single dose. Of course, we always like to start with the caveat. We are not doctors. We are not lawyers. We're just a husband and wife who found success using medications to treat the disease of obesity. And we started a YouTube channel to share what we've learned and help others stay informed. So if you have medical or legal questions, please talk to the appropriate provider. Of course, the breaking news this morning is Eli Lilly has filed federal lawsuits against 4 major telehealth companies, Mochi Health, Fella, and Delilah Health, Willow Health Services, and Henry Med Spas. These aren't small players. These are national platforms with thousands of patients. During the shortage, they stepped in with affordable compounded tirzepatide when the branded versions weren't accessible. Now, we're not pulling the wool over anybody's eyes. These guys have made a lot of money off of it as well. So it's no surprise that there's a lot of battle going on here. But now, of course, the FDA says that the shortage is over and 503B pharmacies needed to end. Well, most of these are 503A pharmacies, so Lilly is going after them now. So before we go any further, let me be completely upfront. Mochi Health has been a sponsor of this channel. They're also the presenting sponsor of our upcoming Downsized at Sea cruise. They're not a sponsor of this. They have no involvement in this broadcast, of course. Ryan and I have personally used compounded GLP-1s from Mochi Health as part of our treatment, but our reporting is completely independent, always has been, always will be. We're not loyal to any brand, pharmacy, compounder, or prescriber. Our loyalty is to this community and to continuing the medical treatment of our disease of obesity. We're here to help you stay informed, build community, and make empowered decisions about your health. So let's talk about what Lilly's claiming. Well, the lawsuits filed in California federal court do not claim patent infringement. Lilly is calling this a safety issue. They allege these companies are selling unapproved versions of tirzepatide. Some are pills, others are mixed with amino acids or other vitamins. None of them have been evaluated or cleared by the FDA. Lilly also accuses these companies of interfering with the prescribing process, using templated forms and fast online evaluations that push patients toward compounded meds. They call it the corporate practice of medicine. In one case, Fella Health allegedly switched patients in bulk to a formulation containing glycine or arginine, which I can't say the word, so you guys can correct me, without FDA testing. Mochi Health, they say, changed dosages and formulations 5 times in 8 months, based on business decisions, not clinical ones. They also note that Mochi's owners are not licensed physicians. Willow Health is accused of promoting tirzepatide for cosmetic use, and Henry Meds allegedly continued selling compounded versions after the FDA shortage declaration ended. So this is just the latest move in a much bigger crackdown. Last week, Lilly sued 2 major compounding pharmacies, Empower and Strive, for producing and selling bulk prescriptions of tirzepatide without patient-specific prescriptions. Lilly says that violates federal law. And on the other side of this, the compounders are fighting back. In December 2024, the FDA announced the tirzepatide shortage was officially over and gave compounders until March 19th, 2025 to stop producing it. But the Outsourcing Facilities Association of the OFA filed a lawsuit claiming the FDA acted without proper process or scientific justification. Of course, that case has gone back and forth. The OFA asked for a preliminary injunction that was denied. And that case is, of course, now heating up. In fact, there's a court hearing scheduled for tomorrow, April 24th, 2025, at 1:30 p.m. in Fort Worth, Texas. At that hearing, the OFA will get 20 minutes to present their arguments, and the FDA will have 30 minutes. This hearing will help determine whether compounders will be permanently blocked or allowed to continue helping patients who rely on compounded GLP-1s. So two battles, one legal one regulatory, and patients are, of course, stuck in the middle. Just to give a brief reality check, because, this is all about us, right? So I remember what it felt like when Lilly failed its customers. There were shortages. I could not get my meds. The original reason I went to compounded was because these were out of stock. The brand name meds were simply not available. They were out of reach. Insurance wouldn't cover them. And for us, like so many others, compounded tirzepatide wasn't just a backup plan. It became our best option. We've paid out of pocket for every single dose. And while it has not been cheap, it worked. It helped us lose weight. It helped us regain our health. And it kept us in treatment when nothing else was available. And now that access is being threatened all over, all over again. So the real question, of course, is what does this mean for us, for everybody else, right? What is this? So there's big companies battling, and there's a lot of legal money being spent. I mean, I've said it repeatedly that the only guarantee in all of this is that lawyers will make money. So do we know what's going to happen? No, absolutely we don't. And if anybody who tells you they know, unless they have a time machine or a crystal ball, they don't actually know. But we're doing the best we can, right? We are absolutely trying. So as we look at the lawsuit and we say, well, what's going to happen next? We have to stop and say, well, can you still get your medicine? Well, today you can, absolutely. And we know the lawsuits will drag out, but it's a challenge. So I don't pretend to know how this is going to all work out. I really don't. But we know that there are people concerned. We're concerned. We know that this impacts your health. We know that this impacts your life. It's expensive, no matter what. So the compounders are making money. Lilly's making money. Everybody's making money, right? So what does it truly mean if you're using GLP-1s right now? Well, it means you need to be prepared, as we've been saying all along. Some telehealth companies may pause prescriptions, some compounders might stop shipping, and court decisions in the coming weeks could limit or even end access to compounded tirzepatide entirely. I don't think compounding as a whole will go away. Compounding pharmacies have been around for 100 years, and they provide a bigger service, but compounding at scale of GLP-1s could well. If you're using a compounded version, here's what you do now. Well, of course, stock up where you can within the safety limits of your prescription, watch your bud dates, do all the things that you can do. Make sure you have your medical records, including dosing history and treatment notes. Talk to your doctor about all your options, including what to do if your current medication is no longer available. Check in with your insurance if you haven't already appealed a coverage denial or requested a medical exception for a brand name drug. Now's the time to try again. We know this is stressful. We know it's expensive. We've lived it. But here's what we also know. You are not alone. The community is strong. It's growing, and we're going to keep fighting for access, affordability, and transparency because our health is worth it. Your health is worth it. We'll be following every development right here on the Downsized. You know it. If something else comes out, we'll be live. Inevitably, we'll be live tomorrow when we get some more back on the court case. This is a crazy time, people. It is an absolutely crazy time. As always, I say, take care of yourself. This is a difficult disease to fight. Absolutely it is. And you have got to take care of yourself. I don't know. I'm kind of there's absolutely nothing surprising about Lilly filing these lawsuits. I've been saying for some time that they would. They're going to defend their patents beyond anything else, and they're going to shroud it under the guise of patient safety. That's not a huge surprise. We'll be following it, as I said, right here on the Downsized. If the story matters to you, please take a second, Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss what happens next. And of course, join us tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern for Downsized Live. We'll break down the story and we'll be talking to you about it, take your questions, connect with you and others who are walking on the same paths. And before I take questions or talk to the rest of you out there, I just want to call once again to Eli Lilly. And I've done this in a number of videos. If you're watching, this is your moment. You can spend millions suing compounders and telehealth companies, or you can take that same money and lower your prices, expand access, earn patient trust, be the company that leads with compassion, not just contracts. Because the 74.5% of Americans living with overweight or obesity, that's not a liability. That's your opportunity. That's your future. Patients will reward the company that stands with them with loyalty, with prescriptions, with market share, and with a stock price that soars beyond what any lawsuit could secure. You could become the most valuable healthcare company in the world, not by protecting your patents, but by changing lives, by making choices. You have the choice right now. You can be the villain that so many of us believe you are, that Big Pharma is, or you can be the hero. Choose to be the hero. I firmly believe if you lower prices, release all of the vials, increase access, your sales will go through the roof. Sure, short-term margin on a very small volume will go down, but the volume explodes. And the potential of 74% of Americans to buy these drugs could take what's basically a 6% share for all GLP-1s in America to a 20% share, a 30% share, a 50% share, and your sales would be unbelievable. It's crazy out there, guys. It is crazy. There's more coming. You know, I saw this hit the wire this morning and was like, again and again and again. It just never stops. It never stops. And I don't know about you, but I'm tired. I just want my medicine, man. I just want my medicine. So let's see who's out there, and we'll talk to a few people. All right. Let's see here. Chasing Sunshine's here. Hello, Melissa. Maybe Lorraine will show up in a little while. She was actually at the gym. Video data says, hi, Chris, Fit Flavor Fun. Hello, Allie. How are you this morning? I saw you did a live video this morning as well. You know, we're telling you what's going on out there. I know Dave did one as well. Dave's on his way to Washington to go advocate. So that's awesome. Follow that along. Let's see if you got any questions. Chasing Sunshine says Willow medication is delayed significantly as they're using Empower. Mochi's meds have come faster than Willow. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. Shorty, good morning, chat. Let's see. Asking about Barb's health. Hello, Barb. I think this is Wendy, Barb's daughter. Wendy, thank you for getting out the news and providing context. Thank you very much. Let's see. Chasing Sunshine's commenting on how long that the various folks have, 20 versus 30 minutes. That seems fair. The judge sets the timing on that. And honestly, neither one of those are very long. So that hearing isn't going to take very long. You know, it doesn't sound like the judge wants to hear a whole lot of new stuff there. April Parsons says it's all about dollars, and Lilly's a greedy corp seeking to have a monopoly on GLP-1s regardless of what it costs consumers. I do certainly think they want to capture share as quickly as they can, which is honestly why I believe eventually prices will come down. We've seen them come down already in the last month on vials. So that's exciting. And I think they're terrified of, I mean, certainly the compounders have changed things, and I think that's why the prices came down. But I think they're terrified of Novo's new entrants and of the other 600 drugs in development because, you know, although first to market, second to market often win, sometimes fifth to market is the best product or the best price. So there's a lot of stuff going on out there. So Paul Scroggins says, fellow founder has stated they have received nothing from Lilly about this so far. Well, it wouldn't have come from Lilly, so it would have come from the court system. So it's not actually a cease and desist letter. They filed a document with the federal court system. So the court system would send each of the people named in it the appropriate document. So it probably went to their lawyers. So we'll see. Monica says, stockpile if you can, protect yourself and access to the meds you need. Absolutely. Simply Taisha, good morning, everyone. Nancy R. Lilly is making so much money. They are building a huge factory. They aren't even thinking about the patients caught up in this. I think that the challenge is our system is very much built on profit. So, and it's, both the wonder and the terror of the American system, right? We're an economy built around capitalism. That's a great thing. There's innovation, but when capitalism is completely unregulated, then people can do whatever they want to do. And I mean, there's currently cases out there with Lilly on price fixing on insulin and all kinds of things. So, although capitalism is a great idea and it has worked well for America, we've got to continue to reevaluate how companies are working in this and where profit and where transparency works best for us, because the system has to work for the people too, not just the corporations. Let's see here. Health at any cost. I'm horrified that the owner of Mochi claimed to be a medical doctor and is not. Well, Barb, that's what they're saying is that she is not licensed, so she has her MD. So she is definitely a medical doctor. She has been an academic for much of her life, though, so she has not practiced medication. So I don't know that she claimed anything incorrect. They're just picking out, and I don't know that who owns a company actually matters to that. So Annette Lundy says, I wonder how much you actually pay for your meds. You get $40 discount when I signed up for Mochi. So everybody out there, we are not endorsing Mochi. You've never heard me endorse Mochi. Everybody who is a Mochi member or any sort of affiliate marketing, there's always programs. So if you sign up for an affiliate marketing thing, or if you're a user, you can get access to a $40 coupon code and you can give it out to your friends just like we have, and you get access back. It doesn't drop it down to zero, though. I think we have quite a few out there, so it drops ours. I think you can use 2 coupons at once, so it'll drop at $80. I don't handle that. Lorraine does, so if she was in here, she could tell you the exact number, but I don't really know. Monica, patients should file a class action lawsuit against Lilly for compromising patient access to life-saving meds. Not a lawyer. I don't know if that would fly. It's an interesting thought, though. Yeah. Let's see here. Chasing Sunshine, put patients first, accessible and affordable for all. Absolutely. Oh, simply Taisha, preach Christopher. Thank you, Taisha. April Parsons, it's sad when I call my husband blessed for having type 2 diabetes because our insurance allows him to get name brand Ozempic for free, no more than $25 a month. Well, so our system works, unfortunately. There's no actual health care. There's only reactionary care. Annette Lundy says, I'd love for you to be more transparent about how much dollars and discounts you make from Mochi. So I don't tell you my finances, and that's not ever going to happen, but we have told you that we have made money off of Mochi. The dollar discounts, everybody, you included, if you give out your code, so there's nothing unique to us about that. You can get a dollar discount off of that. If you look at traditional sponsorship packages for YouTube channels, a post could be anywhere from $250 to a couple of $1,000. We're not that big, so nobody's getting rich off of this. See Lorraine coming in the door. Health at any cost, Barb says, same with me being so glad I have diabetes that it's sad. I know, Barb, it is sad.
Hi.
Hi. You can pull that chair over, Lorraine. Say hello to everybody out there.
Hi.
Simply Taisha, I'm so sorry for all of you that are dealing with this. Thank you, Taisha. Lorraine, see what Jazzy has to say.
I agree 100%. I just want affordable access to my meds, right? I mean, that's what I want. That's what we all want. Jen F., what did I miss? The Mochi woman isn't a licensed MD? No, she is.
Well, no. Well, so as part of the court case, Lilly said that Mochi's not owned by a doctor, and you can go back and read it. She has her MD from a medical school. I don't think she's ever actually practiced medicine, so it depends on what you're looking at. But I think I think she said the truth. Mochi's or Eli Lilly's just, spinning it. And again, I'm not really sure why it matters if a telehealth company is owned by a doctor or not. It could be owned by
I mean,
anybody.
they're owned by investors, right?
I don't know.
I think Dr. Myra told us that. I mean, that she
Yeah.
had investors.
Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of companies do.
Yeah.
Madison.
I sat on hold for over 3 hours, which I did a screenshot of just to be hung up on. I've written multiple times through the patient portal with no reply. My last file was late by 5 days.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. We have been very transparent and truthful with you about everything that we know about Mochi. We do not have a direct line into Mochi. We haven't talked to Dr. Myra since you saw us do an interview with her. And there was a online Slack chat with influencers where she chatted, and we were able to say, hey, get your ducks in a row.
Yeah, the hold times are ridiculous during the day, right? I called Monday morning. I got through in about 45 minutes. People have called at 3 a.m. and gotten through. People have called at 3 a.m. and had to wait on hold. So I would recommend an off time to try to get through. It does seem the best way to get your medicine is to get through the messages through the portal. It takes a while.
What does Nancy say? Right?
Nancy say, use a compound because it's a shortage. So hopefully they can increase production while suing all these companies. I just read that one.
Oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for the update. Hoping prices will drop. Everyone has a right for these meds. I hope the price will drop.
Mom of 7, hello.
Hey, Mom of 7. Why these for telehealth and not others? There are other big providers like Orderly. I think they're just kind of going down a list.
I mean, typically when cases like this come, they're going to look for judges that are friendly to them. So there may have been something about the state of California and maybe where they're headquartered. So they have a whole multi-million-dollar legal team that's going to look at it and play it like strategy, like a football game, and say, well, if we make this move, what happens, and where do we have the best chance for winning, and who has annoyed us the most? I'm sure Mochi's annoyed the crap out of them because they've been very loud and proud about all of this.
I don't think this is the first letter they've sent to Mochi, so
I'm sure that, we know a few weeks ago they sent out 40 plus cease and desist notes to a lot of people, and we don't really know who all of them were too. Lilly's going after everybody though.
They have the money to do it. They seemed okay until the whole Akeda problem happened. That was when the big holdup started for sure.
But to be clear, Lilly was always going to sue all these people. There's no question about it that Lilly wants to defend their patents and their business, and as well they should. They have every right to. So it's not and they have the money. So they have deep pockets and they have patents. If I were running that company, I would do the exact same thing. Oh, hey.
Hey, Melissa. Nice to see you. Video Data says, hi, Lorraine. Hi, Video Data. I just came from the gym and took a quick shower, and here I am. Anthony says, I don't really get what the big deal with Mochi CEO not being a practicing doctor. It's not like she's prescribing our meds, LOL.
And that's exactly right. So she's running a company. So anytime you see these lawsuits, and we saw it with the Empower and the Strive lawsuits, when they're filed by either side, whatever side's filing is always going to present things in their best light for them and make sure the other side looks bad. So they're always going to say it's dangerous. They're always going to say, even though we know they're state regulated pharmacies, we know a lot of things going on. They're never going to present the best light for the opposing side. That's just the way life works.
I don't think Dr. Myra would have left a T uncrossed or an I.
We don't know. We have no knowledge of that whatsoever.
So grateful to get March and April from Mochi, but now we'll get Zepbound. Yeah, thanks, Eunice. African and Blessed to Travel. They certainly don't need me to defend them, but these two have been nothing but transparent about all the info they've given to us. Don't come for them, please.
Oh, somebody asked about. Well, there was a lady earlier who asked how much money we were making.
I mean, I can see on my page how many people I've sent over to Mochi. I can never redeem all the all the credits that
And we don't
they're just
we don't get our
credits,
medicine free. It's never
right?
free.
I don't get it free. I get so I get to use, I think, 3 or 4 credits a month, and I have 700 credits. So I'll probably never get to use those. Chasing Sunshine says at Mom of 7, they did send Orderly a note too. They made a statement about fighting back.
And I think now that you remind me of that, I think we reported it in the on the Orderly note.
Was that when they went after Empower?
Yeah.
Was Empower and Orderly?
Well, I think no, but Orderly got a cease and desist. I think it was in the news in one of the last 2 weeks. We reported on that.
They're just making they have deep pockets. They can do it. Eli Lilly can do whatever they want, right? They have the money to fight legal battles till the end of time. They're making billions of dollars per quarter off of these medications. Billions. Maran says, I paid for a 3-month membership with Mochi and the doctor didn't show up for a visit. That's annoying. I canceled membership and they denied my
protest
refund.
It to your credit card then.
Yeah, tell the credit card company. I know that's
get your money back that way.
They definitely need to, and they want to know if the doctors don't show up, right? Because they have hundreds of doctors that are employed. So let them know.
Let's see here. Terry, hello. Terry, good morning.
Good morning, Terry. Good morning, everyone. Jav, I really hope Trump lowers your price to what we are paying in the UK. I mean, we'd love to get those UK prices, right? I think it's is it $200 a month in the UK, $200-300, somewhere around that. That'd be great. Question: do you think they'll come after content creators?
So Taisha also has a YouTube channel. I think cease and desist letters don't cost them anything because they're already paying for lawyers. So is it possible we get one? Yeah, it's possible. We haven't said anything slanderous or untrue that I know of. So bring it on. I
don't think it's a problem to say the brand names, right? Zepbound, Mounjaro, Wegovy, Ozempic, like that's the name of them. But I know that if they point to something on YouTube and ask YouTube to take it down, it gets taken down. So I guess it's why we always tell you, if you can go to our website, downsized.org, and sign up for our email list, that is something that we own. So I have that list and I could always get in touch with you. So go to the downsized.org, sign up for our email list. We have sent out 2 emails so far, so we don't spam you or anything, but it's a way to stay in touch. Go sign up for our Facebook group to be part of that. It's called Downsized, or it's the Downsized. Downsized.org.
No, the Facebook group, love.
Oh, the Downsized GLP-1 adventure is our Facebook group. Emily, and if you don't answer the questions, you're not getting in the group. So I just decline if you don't answer the questions. Answer the questions. Emily TSTC. So many telehealth companies are experiencing some kind of lag or backup because of the rush to get medication. It's scary, but I'm trying to be thankful for current access. Well, and the thing about all these court cases is the one thing we know for sure about our court system is it's slow. Mm-hmm. It is slow. It will this will drag on for some time. So stock up. There is no guarantee that the compounding will continue for GLP-1. So you take care of yourself, but you should have a little bit of time. Annette Lundy, Lorraine, how do you look this great when you get home? Well, I took a shower. Thank you. I took a shower. I jumped in the shower and put on some makeup, and I did curl my hair, and yeah. I can get ready fast if I don't wash my hair. If I wash my hair, it's like an hour process. Shonda C says, at Taisha, I don't think so. I only see them come after content creators who are taking compounding meds. If you're on a Lilly branded version, don't see that happening. Well, we've done both. So yeah, it's I think truth is your ultimate defense. So don't slander people. Think about what you're saying. Make sure you're telling the truth. I'm not a lawyer, as I said at the very beginning. And could they? Sure. I mean, we would hate to see that start happening, right? Because we created this community to just tell people about our weight loss with GLP-1 medications and how fantastic they are, how amazing they work, and we just want people to have access to them, right? So if that's a crime, I don't think it is, but if Eli Lilly is watching this, we just want people to have affordable medication. That's all any of us want, right? So
yeah. So Anthony says, just curious what's stopping Lilly from pricing orforglipron pills crazy high when those come out.
nothing.
It seems like they have no limit on greed. No, there's nothing stopping them. They can price them any way they want. There is no regulation in the United States that provides for transparency or any pricing regulation on drugs. There's plenty of other regulations on things. So some states, milk is regulated in pricing. There's all kinds of things out there, but there's absolutely nothing stopping it. I will tell you what I believe, and I could well be wrong. It happens all the time. My children tell me that. Is that when they launch orforglipron and they can produce it so much cheaper because pills are easy to make, and they can distribute it so much cheaper because it doesn't have to be refrigerated, the sheer greed of American corporations, of Eli Lilly, is going to look at the 74% of America that has overweight or obesity, and they're going to say, we can get it all.
They don't have to manufacture
right. And at the same time, they have missed their numbers on Wall Street the last 2 quarters.
Mm-hmm.
The only way to meet your numbers on Wall Street is to sell more.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how low can they go on the price? That remains to be seen. But if they get to we'll say $200, which I think would be a great price for orforglipron, those pills maybe cost a couple of bucks to produce, right? Maybe the bottle, the whole 9 yards, a couple of bucks to produce. So there's plenty of margin there. So their top line could go through the roof. They could sell 100,000 prescriptions day one. It'll
be easier for them to manufacture. It doesn't have to be refrigerated. There's no injector. There's no needle. So, the hope is they will price it lower to grab more of that market share.
And I think they're going to want to go after Novo. So if they can come in underneath Wegovy, and certainly now Rybelsus as a pill, then they win. Right. So there's no reason so it's all about how do we capture share as quickly as possible, because we want to win, because we know there's 600 more drugs in development coming. And it's all about Wall Street saying, what are your numbers today? Well, would you rather prescribe 1,000 prescriptions that make $1,000 each, or 1 million prescriptions that make $100 each, because the numbers work out? Let's see. Mama 7 says, can you compare a cease and desist letter to what just happened with the lawsuit? When is just a letter versus a lawsuit? Correct. So a cease and desist letter is basically Eli Lilly's lawyers sending out a nastygram saying, don't do that or we're going to sue you. It's not actually a lawsuit. This was a lawsuit filed in the federal court that a judge will have to see, that both parties will have to come to court and address. 2 completely different things.
I think they send the letters out first to see who just fades away on their own without them having to really do any work. And then if they do not cease and desist, and then
if 20 or 30% of the people just drop off because they got scared of the letter, or they don't have the lawyers to fight it.
A lot of them rolled up and went home, right? A lot of the little compounders went away or quit selling compounded tirzepatide.
Mindy.
Melissa, that's why we need to stay connected in a variety of ways. We never know when or where we will get blocked, right?
That's correct.
We can connect on, at on our website, on our Facebook groups, and here. Healthy with Hope. How can you stock up if you need a prescription?
Well, you always need a prescription for this stuff. So these are serious prescription medications. And part of what this lawsuit is saying is Lilly believes some of these telehealth companies are not following the letter of the FDA regulations. But talk to your local doctor and get a prescription. First and foremost is the easiest way to do it, and work through your insurance and see if you can get it. If you can get the branded stuff through your insurance for $25 a month, it's the best way to go. It's the cheapest it'll go. If you're looking at compounded, then you're going to have to work through one of the telehealth providers, which means if you haven't already done it, you better do it quick.
And some of them are giving 3 months, 6 months.
Yep. And then they have prescribers. They have telehealth doctors that will talk to you and write a prescription if it's appropriate. Of course, all of this is moving very quickly. So if you need to do that, I would do it very, very quickly.
Hey, MSV. I joined Mochi this month and added another vial to my stockpile. I haven't ordered yet. But I have to say that I had the best provider visit with one of their providers I've ever had since being on this journey. Well, that's great. I mean, that's all good. If you can get that order in quickly, I would get it in quickly. It might take a minute, so go ahead. Evelyn Bose says your website opens at GoDaddy and says it's for sale.
I'm looking at it right now.
We're
Try it
looking at
again.
it.
It's the THE Downsized DOWNSIZED.org, and the link is in the description.
Downsized.org. I think we looked at downsized.org.
We couldn't get it.
And we couldn't get it.
Yeah.
Or it was it was very expensive, or I don't remember, but we are thedownsized.org. Video Data says, is there any way to prevent Mochi from automatically refilling the next month's prescription?
Take your credit card out of it.
I hate to pay another $1.99 when the previous month's order has not even arrived yet. Yeah, take your credit card information out. If they don't have it, they can't bill you. Just delete it, and it won't automatically charge you. Richard Vivian says we are paying 150 pounds or $200 for 5 milligrams Mounjaro in the UK. Just don't get why US is so expensive. It's our healthcare system.
We have an incredibly complex for-profit system and it's not just about GLP-1, it's about the entire system. So because in this space, the doctor makes money, the manufacturer of the drug makes money, the distributor makes money, the drugstore makes money. We have this strange thing called a pharmacy benefit manager, which PBM, which, if you believe the congressional hearings, makes 74 cents of every dollar in this mix. So everybody is making money across the board, which increases our cost, which is where Lilly Direct and NovoCare could do a cash sale price, knock the PBM out of the game, and lower their price. There's still room for them to lower their price.
Health at Any Cost says, I stand corrected. Myra Ahmad is a doctor. That's the CEO of Mochi, but not licensed, and that's Lily's complaint. Unlicensed owners exercise undue influence and control over, among other things, continued.
Oh, here we go.
The undue influence and control on the prescribing decisions of physicians, and as a result, engage in the unlawful corporate practice of medicine.
Yeah, and I read all of that earlier. That's just Lily's complaint.
She doesn't even talk to the prescribing.
Well, we don't know, and Lilly doesn't know. Lily's writing a complaint saying, "Hey, this is what we think."
Coco says, how can you stock up if the bud date for most is 90 days? Some places have longer bud dates.
Yep.
Some places have 6 months out bud dates. Mm-hmm. Some pharmacies I've seen a year out bud dates, not lately. That's how. Some online providers don't allow you to remove the credit card on file. Well, Mochi does. You can just delete it. I had to cancel my HSA card in order to prevent another charge. Well, that kind of sucks. I'm sorry about that. Anthony says, do you guys think we should expect Mochi to dissolve from the lawsuit soon and jump ship ASAP? Or is this more of a several months waiting situation?
We have no insight into that, honestly. So
I'm going to wait.
I can tell you that Dr. Myra has all along said they're going to fight this out. Now, will they? We don't know. I mean, it's the reality of the legal fees involved in all of this is really, really high. Now, the court case is there, so they have to go deal with the judge in a court, regardless of whether they want to or not. We have no idea. I can tell you the court case will drag on for a while. It's not going to magically, end tomorrow.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know why you would jump ship now. If you're getting medicine, I'm just going to keep getting it.
Well, that's not what he's asking. He's asking about Mochi, just closing up shop. He's not asking about you stopping.
No, I know. I don't think so.
We have no idea.
But I don't know. I mean, it's a kind of a wait and see situation.
Yeah, we don't. I'm sure there's meetings happening right now about it.
I'm sure Dr. Myra is going to fight it to the bitter end, right? I mean, that was the impression we got.
You say that till you can't afford it anymore. We have no idea.
I don't know.
Coco says, thanks so much. All right, let's see. We're about done here for today, but Bellflower says this is just sad. The grade across the board is astonishing. Here's the reality is everybody is making money off of us. Everybody. Lilly's making money, lawyers are making money, insurance companies are making money, drugstores are making money, the compounders are making money. Although everybody likes to say the compounders doing some big public service, it's not a public service, it's a business. They're making a lot of money as well. We just want to be healthy and happy and take care of ourselves.
Medicine. I don't want to ever, be without it. So it's concern. It's, terrifying, concerning. Did you get your medication? Me, yes. I got some April 4th, and then I have some pending at Red Rock right now. They are working on it right now. So hoping to get it. My what I always say is when you get it, reorder it.
All right, there's 315 people out there watching. Hello to everybody. Please make sure you hit like and subscribe. We're almost to 100 likes, so that's awesome. This is a rapidly evolving case, and I'm sure we'll be back with more on this. If you haven't joined us before for our lives, we're live tonight at 7, where we'll take questions and talk to the community and the whole 9 yards. So make sure you join us here tonight as well. Let's see a few more questions.
Come back at 7 p.m.
Nick says, how do you feel about gray market GLP-1s? From what I've seen, people are having great results. I think people are getting desperate. We do not recommend gray market drugs. So for those of you who don't know, there are companies selling them in what they call the gray market. I'll probably get them on my Facebook ads now that Facebook has heard me say that.
Yeah.
They're completely unregulated. You don't know where they're coming from. They say not for human use physically on the vials. Yes, there are people, and I'm not going to say you make your own choice medically. That is not something that we do or we recommend.
I mean, the next thing that I would do would be buy the vials from Mochi Direct. And I've talked to my local doctor about that. I just cannot recommend mixing up your own medication and injecting it into your body. Like, I can think of nothing more terrifying.
Yeah. So, I mean, you do you, but that's not something that we recommend.
Mama 7 says, I find it ironic that the lawsuit accuses the telehealth providers of not connecting doctors with the patient when that is exactly what Mochi does, right?
Well, so there's 4 lawsuits. So Mochi's was so a couple of the other companies was really just a form. They didn't talk to a doctor. And honestly.
Oh, yeah. Was that orderly?
Well, they're not in this mix, but I think some of the ones that were named, there are companies out there. You fill out a form, you say, here's a picture of fat me, and they send you your drugs. So
yeah. Mochi is not like that. You actually have to have either a phone call or a video meeting with the doctor or a nurse practitioner. Mariner F says, hi, thanks for the update. Very sad. Instead of wasting money on lawsuit and lawyers, they should use the money to lower the price. Yes.
Yep.
to the users, to us. Yeah. I mean, that'd be nice. Eli Lilly, lower your price. Just drive. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the unfortunate case is they talk about patient safety and they don't understand the desperation of people who have discovered that they can be healthier and won't go back. So I absolutely understand why people would go to gray market. I'm just terrified that we're going to end up with some really tragic things if people aren't careful.
Kieran gets fit. Mounjaro. Oh, no, I missed most of this live. We'll watch it afterwards anyway. Hello.
Thanks, Kieran. Kieran's in the UK.
Anthony, here's a picture of fat me. That's what he did. You remember that 1-800 contacts when he's like, what's your prescription? It's on the box. Just take a picture and we'll get...
It's kind of like that. Absolutely.
Like that. Not with Mochi. Mochi does not do that. Thanks for the valuable information. You're welcome, Alexandria Mosley. Thanks for watching. Caribbean. I use GLP-1 to control other health issues, including alcohol consumption, microdosing. There is not doctor
that prescribe it.
Plus, I don't have health insurance. Yeah, so people are certainly.
There's a lot of other things that are going on. Mm-hmm. So for sure. All right, that is us. That is it for us this morning. If you have not already, please take a moment, hit like and subscribe. Looks, we got 125 likes. We will be back this evening at 7 o'clock, maybe earlier if more stuff comes out. Who the heck knows?
Good
This
thing I
is
got my workout in early.
good thing she got her workout in early. And that's it for us this morning. We deeply appreciate you being
Please
a part
like
of the
and
Downsized. Please
subscribe.
like and subscribe.
And now I have to
Um,
do an interview. So if you want to do an interview for the Downsized Dish, send me an email to Lorraine@thedownsized.org. Gotta go.
All right.
Bye.
We'll see you later. My name's Christopher Durham.
I'm Lorraine Durham.
We are the Downsized. See you next time.